Warning, the following video you are about to watch may offend, anger, or creep you the fuck out. So if you're one of those lame-ass, pansy-ass bitches, you should probably go watch something else. So remember, you have been warned. Well, hey everyone, this is mindlessbile, and I am on day number 5 out of 9 on one of my many vacations here I've had in this last month trying to kill out my days, and I decided that I'm gonna knock this whole 13 strange facts, or facts about me. I can't remember what the actual tag was that Euphosor tagged me for, but we're gonna get these 13 strange facts out of the way. And if you didn't heed the warning, I'm a fucking creep, so you might not want to hear some of this shit, and people might regret having asked me these questions in the first place, which would only entertain me even more. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll start off nice and real slow and easy, like, oh, little girl's decides it's time to take a poop. Wonderful, wonderful timing for this video. Now, fact number 1. Real nice, simple, easy fact. Everyone knows I love horror and cult films, and yeah, there she is over there scratching at the litter box. Good little girl covering her waist. Everyone knows I'm into weird and angry, violent, kind of crazy stuff. But what most people might not know is that I am very into Disney movies. And not just any Disney movies, the old ones. I call anything post-Toy Story because I fucking hate Pixar. And I hate all of Pixar's garbage-ass films. And I hate the whole era of Disney where we're going to let Phil Collins do the soundtracks for a Disney film. Not that I necessarily dislike Phil Collins, I just don't believe that he has any place within a Disney film. One of the things that make the early Disney films so enchanting, if you will, is the orchestral score, and most of the music that's in it kind of adds to the feel of the fantasy of what you are watching. And these modern style kids movies are just garbage. I mean, come on, we're about talking fucking cars and airplanes and shit. I mean, who the hell can watch that stuff? I know a lot of you like it, because everyone seems to, and I seem to be one of the few people who do. But one of the other reasons why I don't like them is because of the adult subject matter that they throw into it, which I do not think really belongs in a Disney theme. And yeah, I know old Disney movies have a lot of stuff that we now consider questionable, such as kind of racist kind of humor, even if it is a little bit light, though, I really don't think it's as bad as most people make it out to be, or, smoking cigarettes, cigars, and stuff like that, or even the Chinese bitching about how Winnie the Pooh wears no pants. Winnie the Pooh is a stuffed animal. Winnie the Pooh has no penis. As far as I'm concerned, if I didn't have a penis, I wouldn't wear pants either. So, all right. Fact number 2, I'm a big fan of the outdoors. I like to hunt, hike, camp, fish, whatever, just in general, be outside. I haven't been able to do that much, or at all actually, since I started YouTubing, mostly because I'm spending most of my time editing videos or making videos, playing games, and trying to get the whole YouTube channel off the thing. But most people have heard me talk about that eventually I'd like to start doing some more outdoor videos. If I can get myself a camera, maybe you'll show me some fishing down at my local river, the Ohio River, going after catfish at night. And that's if the camera, actually records things well at night. And I don't know how that's going to work out, but that is an eventual goal, and I very much love the outdoors. And yeah, some people might find it strange that I'm a hunter, since I am kind of an animal liker and all that stuff, but I like to eat animals, and I've always felt that if you're going to eat animals at least one point in your life, you should have to kill, skin, gut, do all the nasty stuff, and prepare your animal at one point to kind of appreciate what society does for you, just to very easily and conveniently plop meat on your table. And 2, live game meat tastes way better than the processed crap that they have to go through to get to the FDA to get it to your house. I mean, it's the difference between something like venison and beef is like worlds to fuck apart. I mean, venison is excellent, elk is excellent. Actually got an elk farm up by my one buddy's cabin who I go out to. I don't know if any of you ever been up close to an elk, but they're fucking scary, goddamn big ass animal. And that's one thing I don't think I would ever hunt, because I'd be scared to death to be in the open with a wild elk that's not used to people. Otherwise, they're kind of nice and, don't mind being petting. And it's kind of weird, buying meat from an animal that you're sitting there talking to and petting like you would a cat. But anyways, number 3. I cannot snap my fingers. I never learned how to snap my fingers. People showed me multiple different methods. I have never been able to snap my fingers. And it's one of those things that I've gotten to the age of 32, I really don't give a fuck about anymore. And I feel like I can live the rest of my life without snapping my fingers, and it's not holding me back from any type of future or relationships that I would be having if I otherwise knew how to snap my fingers. Fact number 4, I like tuna fish water. You know, the stuff in the can that you guys all drain out into the sink? Yeah, I actually like that. When I have a can of tuna fish, I actually toast off 4 pieces of toast, and I heavily salt my tuna, which some people say it's salty already, but I love salt. Point in fact, when I was a kid, I had such high blood pressure from my salt intake that I used to get random nosebleeds to the point where I actually had to cut down my salt consumption. But I love salt a lot, and I actually dip my toast in the tuna fish water. I was going to get a can and show you here for the video, but you know, I'm cheap and lazy and didn't feel like going out and getting a can. Thing number 5, most people's heard me talk about. I have a massive collection of DVDs. Unfortunately, you don't ever get to see them the way the camera angle is, but it is up near 1,300 films. Not necessarily 1,300 DVDs because of box sets and, you know, double discs, 2 movies on 1 disc, etc., etc. But I got about, what did I say, around 1,200. I don't know. I haven't done a count. I was actually going to do a count for this video, but once again, I am lazy. And that is not counting my anime collection, which is very, very massive. You can see in the background, in the top of the bookshelf, you can see my Dragon Ball Z complete collection and films, as well as you can kind of see Godzilla in the back corner there. You can kind of see the tail end of my kaiju collection, which I'm currently having a kaiju-thon. I'm watching Atragon here in the background, which was the birth film for the kaiju manga that you only actually get to see. Well, you get to see twice in the Godzilla series. You get to see in Destroy All Monsters, and you get to see in Godzilla Final Wars. One of my favorite monsters, completely underrated, and wish I would have done more with him. But moving on. Number 6. I'm real sorry about this one, guys. This isn't a creepy one, but it's just something that's my shame. I killed Dick Clark. I know what you're saying. How in the world did I kill Dick Clark? But the night before Dick Clark died and the announcement was made public, I was talking about it with somebody, and I was questioning whether or not he was actually still alive, because, you know, they always used to joke that, you know, Dick Clark's always going to be alive. He's never going to die. And I was making a joke about, you know, whether or not he was actually alive or not, and if he still was, because I really don't pay too much attention to the news. At that point, I wasn't on any social media to get the constant updates on every stupid little goddamn thing that happens in the world like I do now. And after joking about Dick Clark's death, the next day I found that Dick Clark had died about the same time that I was having the conversation. So I'm pretty goddamn confident that I jinxed Dick Clark. I killed Dick Clark, guys. My bad. Sorry. What are we up to? Number 7. This is going to cause some hate. I'm glad Harambee's dead. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a fuck about that stupid gorilla. I didn't give a crap about the kid either. Honestly, I wouldn't care less if they would have both got killed and the mom would have fell in and drowned in the fucking pool. You know me. I don't give a fuck about people. And I do give a fuck about animals, but I fucking hate monkeys. They're fucking creepy. They're gross. They stink. They're not the least bit cute or amusing to me in any way, shape, or form. Take a possibly good comedy movie and throw a monkey into it, and you just fucking ruined that movie, boy. Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back is a perfect example, and that movie was going so swell until they brought in that fucking monkey, and I'm just like, ugh. Point in fact, that was the last Jay and Silent Bob movie I watched, because they included a fucking monkey. I hate monkeys, and I'm glad Harambee's dead. All you fucking moron internet people with all your fucking Harambee memes, and all you dumbasses who voted for Harambee during this year's election, you can all go fuck yourselves. Harambee was a bitch, and he died like a bitch. There, I said it. Yeah, that was a little bit of hate in there. Yeah, you know I like hate. All right, number 8. I was exposed to cartoon nudity. We're going to start getting creepy here now, so, you know, you might want to leave if you're not into sexual degeneracy or delinquency. But at a very early age, I was introduced to cartoon nudity. And I think that forever warped my mind, and having a weird obsession with cartoon nudity and female cartoon characters. It was Heavy Metal, if anyone's ever seen the film. I believe it was either from the late 70s or the early 80s, the animated film. Not only was it my first exposure to nudity, but it was my first time I found out that women had hair between their legs, and that redheads had matching hair between their pubes and between their hair, with the main female character in the beginning scene when you get to see the full nude shot of her. And I've always had a thing for cartoon nudity, so yeah, take that as what you will. Number 8, or no, that was number 8. We're up to number 9. This is a good one here. So I had poison ivy, and as I said, I like to fish. I go down to my river a lot, and poison ivy is all over there. I mean, every year I get poison ivy to some degree, no matter how hard I try not to, wearing long pants, even though it's fucking hot, wearing a jacket as I'm walking through it. I always end up getting poison ivy. And this was in my like early teen days. I was probably in my 15, 16, something like that, when I got it really fucking bad. So bad that I didn't get it for like 5 years fucking afterwards, because I developed such a tolerance to it, because it was all over my body. And you're 15, you're 16, and it's just hard to keep your hands off yourself. And I got poison ivy on my dick. All fucking over my dick. I mean, it just... And then me, being stupid as always, I figured, well, once it's already there, it can't possibly get any worse. So I might as well keep up with my personal activities, which only spread it worse. And then I started using calamine lotion as a lubricant for the jerking off with the poison ivy, which is a very soothing thing. But the problem with poison ivy that I didn't understand at that young age is the way calamine lotion works is that it dries out the skin in order to stop it from being able to create the oils, which continues to spread of the poison ivy. Which, dry skin, penis, jerking off, cracking, bleeding. It was a mess. It was really a mess. Eventually had to go to the doctors, not because of the penis thing, but just because it was all fucking over me, and had to get the shots, the steroid shots or cortisones or whatever the fuck it was that they were giving then for poison ivy to get rid of it, because it was not going the fuck away. All right. We're moving on. This one's not so much as creepy, but it's just one of my weird, darker kind of things. I've always had an obsession with serial killers ever since a fucking young age. Can't really pinpoint exactly when it started. Probably around the puberty age. Hatred for a fellow man and everything kind of starts around that age. I've always kind of hated people, but I didn't really become exposed to serial killers till later on. It was a book that was at my house, one of those true crime hardback books, not the magazines that come out with the stories and everything. It was one of their special edition things that you either buy or order from the magazine about the serial killers. And it was just something about, I was a horror fan as always, but it was just something about the true horror of what they are and the brutality of what they are. It always, I don't know, I can't really explain it without making myself sound like a monster, which I am. So, I mean, I'm not actually a serial killer. I'm pretty fucking lazy, and my dad lives in my basement, so I really can't hide no bodies or people down there. It kind of cramps my style. But, when I was in, somewhere in between 9th to 11th grade, I had to do a book report. And, being the typical goth me and always wanting to shock people with my weirdness and my darkness, I did a book report on that book that I had. And I picked John Wayne Gacy to do a diorama, which was part of the book report. So I took this shoebox and I made John Wayne Gacy's crawl space. And anyone who knows about serial killers know that he kept his gay lovers that he killed, his bodies in the crawl space, and he covered their bodies up with lime, which something always bothered me about serial killers is some of them were just so fucking whack job stupid about what they did that it took them forever to get fucking caught. I mean, this wasn't even that back in the day before modern forensics too. I mean, these people killed a shitload of people before anyone caught on. Ooh, sorry, goddamn energy jinx. And actually started to do something or question the stinky smells from the weird gay clown next door. I mean, just the whole gay clown thing in general would have struck me as odd, because I'm like, I'm not saying that gay people can't be around children, but he was a loner, he was a weirdo, it's different between being a socially adjusted gay clown and being a very strange, weird gay clown. So like I said, I'm not trying to be anti-gay here. I'm just trying to say that he was very obviously a strange fucking guy, regardless of his sexuality, and somebody should have saw something. But regardless, I made this diorama of his crawl space, and I used just normal dirt for the thing, and I used my Lego mans. They were all men, of course, had to be accurate, that I kind of cut up and strew their body parts, and then used a vanilla Jello pudding mix to beat a lime over top. I actually got a B for that. I was expecting to get it thrown out, but I'm actually very thorough in my reports and things like that, and did it intelligently done, and tried to not be as weird or fucking crazy about it as I could, just to try to prove that I could do something intelligent while still doing it my way, and doing something that, was more Steve's mindless bile style. So actually surprised about that. All right, we're up to 14 minutes already, Christ. All right, number 10, we got I've worn women's panties before. Yeah, yeah. It's funny because I was going over my list with other people. People don't find that surprising or shocking. I mean, it's not like I wear them on a regular basis, but I couldn't resist but try them on, and I thought that that was kind of weird. But I guess that's something that's not all that unfucking normal. And the story behind it was I was at a party, trying to get with this chick. She got with somebody else. So I was going to do something creepy with her panties. Initially, I was going to take them and like jerk off into them and, put them back in her drawer. So if eventually had some crusty panties or something, nothing too creepy. Just, maybe like a 5 out of 10 creep level. But, I ended up, I was like, pretty nice. So I decided to try them on. And I got to say, women, panties are pretty fucking enchanting. I mean, obviously it didn't give the proper coverage that a male pair needs, and it wasn't a thong or nothing. But still, it just didn't cup everything. It had kind of stuff kind of falling out, as you would say. But, I just felt that was an odd enough fact to put in there. Moving on. What do we got here? Oh, I should have put this one earlier. This is not that creepy. Fruit creeps me out. I don't like fucking fruit. Yeah, I know most people love fruit or like some type of fruit, but fucking fruit creeps me out. It's just like fucking slimy sugar water with fucking seeds and membranes and all kind of stuff going on, and it's just not a big fucking fan of fruit. I like fruit flavored stuff, like fruit flavored beverages, like my Bing Raz here I'm enjoying this morning or afternoon, whatever the fuck time it is. But yeah, fruit creeps me out. I'm not a real big fan of vegetables either, or just eating healthy in general. I'm American. I like to eat trash. Well, I guess that's not true anymore. Americans are pretty go healthy and hate fast food nowadays, but I'm all for trashy food, pink slime, McDonald's burgers, fries, cut up bits of chicken beaks in my chicken tenders. I love it. Hamburger helper. Fuck yeah. People in your fancy pants eating are a bunch of bitches. All right. And that gets us up to number 13. And I had a lot of trouble coming up with 13 fucking facts to do for this, so 13's a bit of a cop-out. I'm not currently wearing any pants. Yeah. So anyways, this has been Mindless Bile. This is 13 facts about me. Yeah, take them as you will. Some of them are kind of strange. Some of them, people question, well, should I even be saying these on the internet in front of a public? But, it's me. And I like creeping people out and shocking people. Which, honestly, to me, most of these aren't even shocking. And to some of the people I congregate with, they might not find them too shocking either, considering it's me. But for what it's worth, this has been Mindless Bile. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys again.
Well now, it's the end of the world. There's nowhere to go. But you got your boy Mindless Bile here. He's gonna help you. Comment, subscribe, or like, and he'll maybe let you in his bomb shed. Oh my. I'm watching.